it on. Hey guys, all right. So let me get my what do you call it? My little monitor here up so I can. Um, all right, I just got to let this fire up, and this is the Ultra, as it says on the back of the head. But you know what I got to do? I got to zoom in a little bit while this is firing up here. Man, that tablet is so slow. Nobody on yet. Now we'll see what happens. Come on. Man, that thing's dirty. I gotta. Come on, fire up. Wi-Fi sucks. This is the Ultra. And piece of clay stuck to the back of the head. And lay it down. There we go. Jesus. Still waiting on this thing to fire up. Really? I don't understand. I don't understand. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, come on. Give us a second here. I'm trying to fire up my tablet so I can read your comments. Man, this tablet takes forever. Well, they did finally fix our problem, I believe, with the Wi-Fi. Sit and spin. There I am. Holy God, it took forever. Well, hello everybody. Soundtrap music. It's been a while. Yes, it has been. I've been working hard on this Ultra. Silverado, how we doing today? Uh, I just texted everybody else. They should be joining the live stream. Uh, this is the Ultra, as you can read. This is the Ultra Flashback, the Ultra FB78, my custom corpses. I took away that V2 and just added the Ultra, but I also did a lot of changes to this sculpture. And wait till you see how close we are. I'm waiting for a few more people to come on. Soundtrap music, it's almost been a year, huh? Since the last time you were on? Well, I've done a lot since then. I've done a lot. I've actually had two different versions of the flashback mask. And this is the third and final version of this flashback. And right now you're looking at the back of the head, the clay sculpture. And I got a bigger base on it this time because I want to put, you know what, so I'm going to show you guys this. Are you guys ready for the reveal of the Ultra FB78? Ultra FB78. Now I have to define, there's still some things that I have to do to this. Yeah, this thing is really nailed. I added a little more chin depth to underneath of this because the lip, this area here looked way too small. And it didn't look right on the jawline. What was happening is it looked really squared off because the chin was up too high. It was up here like this. Hold on, let me turn this so it's facing the camera. So it was up like this. And the chin line was just, the jawline just didn't look right. So I made that subtle change. The eye cut was dropped down just a little bit more on this top part here. The eye cut was changed here as well, and in this area. The nose is definitely way better. I actually have the nose where it needs to be. Hold on, let me get this thing straight. This thing is not sitting right. There we go. Yeah, I dropped this eye cut down just a little bit over here too, on the end in this area. That's the way that's supposed to be. The cheek line has to be a little heavier in here. There has to be a heavier line right in here. The shape is perfect. It's just it doesn't have that cheek line in there. It needs to be a little deeper. I'm not doing that tonight because I just smoothed this out and the clay is pretty soft. But there's a nice dent right here that's supposed to be there. The dent's there, but the cheek line has to be cut in just a little sharper like this is on this side. So I figured out what the problem was and why my lips looked like they were like monkey lips. The monkey lip problem was because this area in here was sunk back too far and the cheeks were sunk back too far. So once I bumped the cheeks out, you know, further out and then put more in here, this all straightened out and into a perfect, oh great, come on. Why? You see what's happening here? This damn tablet won't let me. All right, what's going on? Keeps bumping me out. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to go on the other thing and read your comments. But I also sunk the lips down deeper this way. It's a little higher here, and then they're brought down the right way. And this is dipping down perfect. Everything is aligned perfectly. Let me show you what I mean. I can't see your text right now, but give me a second. This is, I took one of these photos right here of the screen used mask, and I cut the lips out, and the head size is the exact same size. I did it in Adobe Edition, so the head size is the exact same size. Now, you have to remember, this wraps around. This is looking at a two-dimensional picture versus a three-dimensional picture. Why is this doing this? Maybe it wasn't charged. I don't know. All right, so I'm trying to stick it on there so it don't come off. But that goes to show you, if you're looking at it straight on, the lips are right where they're supposed to be. Now see, because I have this stuck to the front and it's two-dimensional, you have to remember it wraps around. And if I were to wrap that paper around there, they would be very short. But looking straight on like you would as a picture, they're perfectly aligned with the outside of those cuts. So, and it's just, that's how you have to, hold on, I'm trying to get to, I don't know why it bumped me off, ticked me off, I'll tell you that. Yeah, so the lips are perfect. They literally right on the money. Thorburn, you! Okay, so I wanted to show you that the lips are perfect, all right? And that's actually a still shot of the sculpt of that mask. And that mask is blown up to be the same size as my sculpture. And then I cut the lips out, and I wanted to make sure that my lips were absolutely dead on perfect. And that's what I did. Oop, I don't have it far enough. Yeah, I do. So, yeah. That's it, baby. Now, with that being said, guys, Thorburn, Silverado, this is a Ultra and the very last FB flashback that I'll be doing. On the back of the head says Ultra FB 78 by Custom Corpses. It'll all be hidden underneath the hairline. Now there's some still things I still have to do to this. I have to put the forehead lines in the forehead. I have to make this cheek just a little bit more dented right in here, a little sharper dent, and then just, but yeah, I mean, that's where we're at. Thorburn, this is definitely as close to the screen used that I know that I can do. I can't go any better than what this is right here. Not without years of experience. You know, I don't have a ton of experience with sculpting. I'm new to this. I'm a rookie in years compared to some of these guys who've been doing it for 30 years, 25 years. I've only been doing this for now 4 years. Sculpting, and I knew nothing about the human anatomy, you know, prior to, as far as for sculpting, and that that's one of the reasons why I had so much trouble doing this, because I just didn't have the experience, and really didn't. I had to study the human anatomy, and the more I learned with that, the better I got. The better I could see it. I could see where the problems were. But I've really fixed this nose. This nose is on the money. I love the way this nose looks, and everything looks good. Yes, that's what it is. The Ultra was fine tuned. There has been a lot of changes. Uh, I did raise this left eyebrow a little bit, so it looks more straight. More straight across. It doesn't look like it's dipped down. The dip causes it to give it a little bit of a mean look, and we don't want that. So, I can read your comments. Thank God it's not bumping me off yet. Uh, Natural, no, I can't say that, because guys that are natural could probably knock this out with no problem. I had to learn. I had to learn the curves. I had to learn a lot. But the great news about this. All right, let me finish what I've done to this first. Let me tell you what I've done. You know what? I have a flashback that it's still up for sale. I can't sell the masks. The masks are not selling right now, man. Everybody's suffering with this mask business. Nobody's making money right now with the mask business, which sucks. Let me see if we can see some of the subtle changes that are with the mask. All right, you know what I got to do? I got to move this over. Hold on. Really? There we go. A little sticky. Now the height is wrong, but I want to try and get it to where it's pitched the same angle. And there's a lot of things that I changed on this. Let me see if I can slide this over just a little bit. There we go. And set the screen back just a little so you guys can see the subtle differences. Okay. All right. First of all, let me get this camera angle right. You can see that I dropped this eye cut down just a little bit more and gave it a little bit of a slant to it, where this is a little bit more rounded and up higher. You think these subtle changes don't make a difference. They make a huge difference. Just a slight little change here and there, and it totally changes the way the face looks. That's why it is so important to get this as accurate as possible, because the slightest little change to it really changes the way it looks. I brought this eye cut down further this way on this side, the slant down in this area. From here to here, it's a little bit lower. All right. You see how this jumps up? It's a little higher here. It just looks too round to me. All right. The lip line, the chin is further back. There's more definition in the chin and the lips, a lot deeper in the cut. The slant, you see how this goes uphill a little bit? Are you on yet? All right, on this mouth, this lip line goes up just a little bit. And I don't know how or why I made that mistake, because I had it right at one point. And I don't know how I got like, oh man, all of a sudden I realized that there's a little smile in the damn sculpture. Now remember, this is the clay sculpture, and this is the latex mask. So there are going to be natural changes as it shrinks once it's turned into a mask. All right, so I did, yeah, you can see it a little bit. I'm trying to turn it so you're getting both of them at the same view. All right, you can see the lips, the lines go down further on the sculpture now, and that's the way it's supposed to be. The profile really shows the difference. I think the nose is spot on now. The nose really is much more accurate than this. It's a little too square in here, and definitely too round on the nostril flare outs. Too much definition with that, with the cuts there. I don't know if you can see that. See how sharp those lines are? They're not subtle. All right, so now the profile of the neck. All right, let me show you this neck, and see how shallow that is. All right, that's not deep enough. That neck cut is nowhere near deep enough. All right, and the chin line doesn't come back far enough. Now let me show you with this bad boy. See how much deeper the neck goes now, and there's so much more definition underneath the jawline and underneath the chin. The chin is almost perfect the way everything is set up now, the way it looks. It's just unbelievable how really accurate this is. The neck kind of flares out because of this cutaway. I cut a lot of neck away underneath of here. I took probably, I'm going to say, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to measure to my chin line. Well, it's hard to do that because it's hard to do it that way because this is shrunk. This is much smaller. This is shrunk up. But yeah, there was a lot of changes. I added a lot more forehead to this. Silverado, he's still on? I'm not sure if the Silverado is still there. So now this has the right look with the jawline going down farther because I added this chin to it. I added more chin to this because it was a little too short and making the jaw look too square. And somebody had pointed that out. I think it was Paleface that actually pointed that out earlier today. And it wasn't that I didn't see it. I did see it. It's been bothering me, and I'm like, I just waited for somebody to say something. As soon as somebody says something, I'm like, okay, I got to fix it. Okay, I got to do it. But when I'm looking at this picture, you can see that the chin drops down further, and you can see it on the rear. So but now you can see that the taper of the mouth is right. This follows this line, this follows this line, and that line follows the nose line and the cheek line. They're all in line. That's the proper way to have this sculpture. And it's difficult. It's difficult to get all the lines right because you're shaping everything at the same time and trying to get everything to work together. And it's even hard to explain. It's even hard to explain. If you look at this versus this, it's big difference. You can see how this goes deeper, and that's shallow. It's not going, it just goes back further. Pipe Master, yeah, there's a lot of differences in this sculpture versus the other sculpture, and I like the differences. I think that we are there. All I need now, Thorburn says, hello, Pipe Master. So yeah, we are really, I've made a lot of changes to this sculpture. And let me reiterate again. Try to put this next to it so you guys can see the changes. The eye cuts are different. And what I ended up doing, because it always felt like the cheek lines were too long, and here's what it was. Well, because this wasn't as accurate as everybody thinks it is. It's close, but it's not spot on, and neither is this yet. This is what I'm trying to say. When I originally sculpted this was put on an Ed head. I don't know if you're familiar with Ed heads, but Ed heads are very long armatures. All right, they got a very narrow, long face. But when I put the reason why you have to use you have to use an accurate human head to do anything on your first sculpture, and the reason why is because you got to make sure the eyes line up. The distance between the top of the head and the eye cuts make a difference. In other words, if I drop these eye cuts down lower, you're going to be looking up here in his eyebrow. So I can't just drop the eye cut, you know, and I can't. The only thing I could do is raise the cheek line up higher, which I did, Pipe Master. We were talking about that earlier. And it does look better. And the reason why it didn't look good, it wasn't so much it was too sharp of an angle. Yeah, no. It was because it was too sharp of an angle this way. And I was trying to keep this distance to a minimal between here. But it turns out when I looked at the screen used mask in that book that I have, the distance is right. This is perfect. This is right on the money. So I don't know. You know, I just wasn't. You notice I didn't have a lot of pictures on the wall, which I should have kept a lot of pictures up on the wall this time, and I didn't. And I kept battling and battling because I wasn't looking at enough pictures. So I put this thing next to it, and this distance is the same as this now. The slant is exactly the same on this as this. And but the cheek lines come out further, and this here was flattened out more. And the lip lines are a little better, deeper, more definition. I gotta call my bank. Thorburn, yeah, I'm really excited for this sculpture. When I get this thing, the first thing I'm going to do is silicone it. I'm going to silicone it so I don't have to remaster it ever again. I'm going to make a hard resin copy of it, so this way if I ever want to make another silicone copy, I just have to put silicone over top of, because silicone doesn't last forever either. And why I like using this silicone is because I can pour up multiple clay heads and make I was able to do this because I have the silicone master of this. All right. And I realized before I siliconed the master and then made changes again. This lip line is terrible on this. It's not defined enough. You know, I can see that now. And that happened in shrinkage. I got hiccups. That happens with the shrinkage. This lip line is so much more defined. Everything's well defined on this sculpture. It's going to be really, really nice. I can't wait to get this done and get it in production. And it's going to be ready for this Halloween, guys. You guys are going to be able to purchase this, and there's going to be only one mask given away of this. And here's the thing, it's not going to happen until you guys have to at least, well, how do we do that? Well, if you guys have this mask here, you need this mask. Guys, the guys that have this mask, that got the free masks, it's going to be up to you to come up with the best scare pranks. I want you to video your Halloween night when you're using this costume. And the winner of the best and funniest, not so much scariest, but funniest scare prank with their costume is going to win this mask. Only one person though. I just don't want to go through a ton of latex like I did trying to give these masks out. This one here was the free mask. This one here is not going to be the free mask. I can't do it. But what I can do is at least give you guys a shot at winning a mask. And the video I will put on my website. The winner will be put on the website and also used as an advertisement. This eye cut looks so good now. Oh my God, it looks so good. It doesn't look as round as this here. The shape of it. I'm looking at the picture right on my little screen here, and it looks good. So yes, everybody that got this mask for free, it's up to you guys to do, and you don't have to have my mask to do it. If you have a Michael Myers mask, all right, and you dress up as Michael Myers on Halloween, the winner that captivates the funniest reactions to you, that's going to be the winner. It doesn't have to be my mask. The more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, not everybody has the mask, and I haven't been able to sell this. This is going up for the, I think, 4th week now. It's been on eBay, hasn't moved. 4 weeks, and I'm like, Jesus, man, nobody's buying nothing. But I'm not the only one. I'm hearing this from everybody. Nobody's selling masks. I've seen NAG masks up there, and they're not moving at all either. I'm praying that, you know, by Halloween time, as August kicks in, there's going to be some sales. I'm hoping that this baby puts me on the map. I'm hoping that really sells. And yeah, I don't know what to do at this point. If it doesn't really sell and Halloween turns out to be a dud this year, and nobody's selling the masks, nobody's buying the masks, then I'll just pull the plug and wait till for the economy to get better, because that's the only thing we can do. If it does get better, if it don't get better, we're screwed anyway. So, but I mean, if NAG's not selling masks, then, you know, nobody is. That's the way I look at it. It's tough, really tough out there. I think a lot of people are hurting, and I get it. But I can't give the mask away either. I've got a lot of time and a lot of work into this, and I'm not giving my work away. I'm just not doing that. I don't care. I'll pull the plug on it, and I just won't sell any until the economy turns around. So my advice to you is, if you really want to get this mask, at some point when I first put this up, and it's probably going to go up, I'm going to silicone it. What's today? Today's Monday. I can silicone it this week. I have to put the lines in. I got to do the details yet, and then I'm going to silicone it, and then I'm going to make a stone mold, and I have to shrink. I have to do the shrinking process again. I have to make the stone mold of this, and then I have to shrink it down one more size, and that'll give us a 24-inch mask, because I didn't change the size of the head, so that's perfect. Although there's more forehead to this. I have to fix that. This still has to be a little smoothed out. It's a little bumpy yet. I want to get this little tiny, fill them in, little tiny bumps. But that's no big deal. That's simple. I'll probably have this ready for silicone in it probably by the end of tomorrow, or possibly the next day. And that's when I'm going to silicone it. I'm not playing around. I want to get this done, get it in production. And then this will be the final flashback mask that I make. The other thing I did do too, guys, you don't realize it until you see it from the side, straight on. Let me see if I can get it. Right like that. Okay. The eye cuts look a little too big this way. All right. So I cut in on the outsides, on both sides, to bring the eye cuts in closer. That's how I get that. That's how I did that. I got the eye cuts in closer, and it definitely worked better. So Looks way better. And I still want to put a little bit more definition underneath these lips. I want this lip to really have an edge on it so you can see it on the mask. This feels like it's washed out. There's a little bit of a dent there, but the lower lip just really gets kind of flat. You know, paint hides all that. It makes it look perfect, you know, when you paint it right. But I want it to look great without paint. You know. Oh, and the other thing I did do is I put the roundness on the I don't know what the hell you would call this area here, but these are more round the way the screen used is. A little deeper right in the center too. So let me see. Now see, Pipe Master, are you still on? So when you look at this picture, you can't see that definition of a line. It looks like it's just kind of smoothed out right in here. Let me grab that book real quick. And I want to take a look at something on the book, because I think the book reveals that line real good. Yes, it does. I do remember that book given me. I got wise and started putting my now. You know what? I'm going to take this cover off because this cover's a pain in the ass. I just smacked it in. All right. I lost my space too on this book. All right, without the cover, this is what this book looks like. It's pretty cool. All right, so now I got to find that page. Oh, yeah. Where did you go? Where did you go? There it is. So, this here, it looks very washed out on this screen used mask right here. All right, it doesn't look like there's a real hard line in there. But if you look at this picture, you can see that line definitively. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to make that line real defined like that, so you can see it. And then that dent that Pipe Master always says, we got to have that dent. It's right there. Oh! Yes, Asylum did a great job. I haven't seen him lately, though. I'm going to have to reach out to him. So, with that being said, I need to, you know what I need to do? I need to take a quick picture. No, I can't take a picture of this. I guess I'll have to do this when I'm offline. But I'm gonna replicate this picture right here, just with this cheek line. This is the screen used mask right here. I gotta hold it up further. I'm gonna replicate this. This is the one I want to replicate. All right, let me put this paper back in place so I won't lose my page. And I'll put the book away for now. Oh yeah. So what I'll do is I'll take a picture of it on my phone when I get my phone back. And then I'll replicate that line in depth. The dent is here. I have the dent in place already. I have to put a line in there, a little harder line. That's all. All right, let me read your comment. Asylum did a great job with the review. That custom, what book is that? Oh, that is, and you can get it on Amazon. This is just the paper cover. Got a little damaged up here. It was on the shelf, but I can iron that out and fix it. It's called Halloween, the official making of Halloween, Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends by Abby Bernstein. Take a still shot of it. You can look it up on Amazon. I think it was $40. But it's a great book. It has a lot of cool pictures in it. And good pictures. Of the screen used mask. And so anyway, that's why I was able to really, I think I have this thing really nailed now. I do. I think I have it really, I just love the way the lips look on this now. The lips are really defined, and the bubble in the corner of the mouth is hidden the way it's supposed to be. You can barely see it unless you're looking straight into the hole. And you don't have that high lip line anymore. I just have to put the forehead wrinkles in, smooth out the forehead a little more. I have a little more scowl that I put on this sculpture to give it a little better look, a little more definition. With proper lighting, this mask is going to really stand out. It's going to really pop, especially with the paint job. And you guys seen my paint jobs in person, the ones that have gotten the mask. Bo Norton, you still got a free mask. I just haven't been able to sell this mask. This is 4 weeks. This has been up on eBay, and it's not selling. Nothing's moving, and I can't. You know, I need to make a sale. Right now, I'm not working, so I have no income coming in, and I have to sell these masks in order to give out the free masks. That's the problem. I don't know what my fall's going to look like either, so I'm a little worried. You know, if you can't sell a nag mask on and I've seen some nag masks with what do you call it? Still up for sale. Didn't sell. Oh, come on. Who's the artist? I can't think of his name. Anyway, come on. One of them days. Pipe Master, you still there? Who's our #1 paint guy for the flashback? I'm just drawing blanks. I'm lethargic, a little tired, been up all day. Just cut my grass a couple hours ago. Been out in that hot sun, cleaned the pool, all that fun stuff. Oh man. Yeah, I have Asylum's video on my website. You guys can check that out if you guys are wondering about Asylum's review. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, Bo. I'm hoping that, you know, it just picks up in the course of. And meanwhile, I got to get this guy out. I got to get this guy in production. You know, once he's in production, if I can't sell that mask, then then I might as well quit. That ain't no shit, because I think that this sculpture is so accurate. I mean, it's accurate as I can get it anyway. It is very, very accurate. The profile is amazing. It's so deceptive. The eye cuts are so deceptive. This is what I'm trying to explain to people with the eye cuts. You see how when you're looking at it straight on, whether it be a photograph or a picture, you would never guess that those eye slants slant back so far. They really slant back really far. Look at that. Look how far back that slants. And I've been a stickler with those eye slants because when you're trying to sculpt something in 2 dimension, you're trying to look at a picture in 2 dimension, you're not going to pick up, you don't know how far back that goes. And that's one of the reasons why it's so difficult to do this mask, because we don't have real good profile shots of it, of the actual screen used mask. Actually, there's none in existence of a profile outside of a still shot from the movie itself. And that's what I really replicated the pitch that goes back. That's how I replicated that pitch. I got it pretty accurate by using the still shot from the movie shot. Same with the lip lines. Same with the profile. The profile. It doesn't really have a scoop in here, which everybody thinks it does. It doesn't have a scoop in there. It actually kind of rounded out. It's instead of scooped in this way, it's a little bit of a bow in it that comes out. It's not, there's not a scoop in it. And I've seen that on a lot of masks where there's a scoop there and it's not really there. I did the scoop on this sculpture. See how it's scooped? It's scooped in here. I'm not doing that to this one. There's a little bit of a scoop to that. And that's not how it really is. You know, based off of the profile shot that I have from the movie, and I don't care whether people think it's a shadow in it or no shadow, I'm telling you that you can see the defined line of the shape of that lip. No matter how fuzzy the picture is, it doesn't matter. You can still see that line, and it's shaped like this. Let me show you. Let me just draw it on a picture here. It's more shaped like this. Let's try. Let's do this. Let me look at this real quick. It's kind of tough with this marker, but. I can't do it from here because I'm all right. So let me just do this. Let me just do a little nose. Well, not as good a drawer as I used to be. That's for damn sure. I haven't really drawn anything in years. So, but what I'm trying to get at is it's more rounded like this at the top between the nose and the upper lip. It's more rounded like this. It's not exactly like this, but that's what it's like. So it's not scooped. It's rounded out a little bit more. So subtle. Very hard to believe how subtle that roundness is. But it's there. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to let you guys know that we are really close to the finish line with the sculpture. And I still have a little bit to do to it, but this is going to be molded probably, hopefully in 2 days. I'm off, so I don't have to worry about weekends or anything. So I could do this sculpture. I can do everything. Just get it done. Getting it done. as fast as possible. I can't wait to sell this. This thing's gonna move, I think. This one's gonna sell. I even actually fixed the ears too. I put a lot more sharper edging with the ear in here. Scooped out a little better. It looks a little more, and especially the other side. The other side wasn't. See how round this is right here? You know, it's defined. It looks okay, but that looks so much better. You know, I made all these little subtle changes, guys. A ton of them. A lot of subtle changes, but they're significant in the way the mask looks. From the jawline, the chin line, look at the chin, the jaw, the neck lines further back. You can see that the profile is not. Oh, and the other thing I did do too is I brought the scowl, the bridge of this nose, straight up right in here, the way it's supposed to be, and then went into the scowl. Went straight up with that. Looks amazing. Can't wait to see the finished product. Neither can I, man. I'm excited for this one. This is the one that really, I think I got it nailed. I think I really have this thing looking the way it's supposed to look. You know what, Bo? Since you've been so patient, and I think you're the last guy that I have to give a mask to. You're the last guy. And because you've been so patient, and you haven't said anything as far as negatively, I can't even speak. I'm so aggravated with myself right now. But I'm going to send you one of these. And I'm not going to wait for sales either. As soon as I get this in the making, Bo Norton's going to get one of these masks. I'm going to send you one of these, and then the rest of those guys that already got their mask, I'm going to put them in the mix of creating videos on Halloween with their mask or whatever mask they choose. And it has to be a Michael Myers, though. It has to be a Michael Myers mask. If you're masked, you know what? No, I can't do that. No, it has to be my mask. With the guys that got their mask already, it's only a competition between the guys that have their mask, I tell you the truth. Because I got to use that video to promote my mask. I don't want somebody scaring people with a nag mask, and then I can't use it. I can't use that for promotion, so it has to be my mask. Yeah, I have no choice. So with that being said, you use my mask with the guys that actually have the mask, and whoever comes up with the funniest reaction, because I want it to be funny. We want funny, funny always works better for people anyway. And what I mean by is, yeah, they get terrified, they're scared, and you're looking for authenticness too. I believe me, I can tell instantly when somebody's acting because I have a little training in acting. So, you can tell. You can tell when somebody's acting compared to somebody that really is scared shitless. So, we're looking for authentic scare, but funny scare. Really funny. And be clever about how you're going to scare, individuals. And I'm thinking Halloween night. Take your mask, the V2, and do the best. Get the best scare results, and whoever has the best scare results, and make sure you video it. Each one, have somebody there to do your videoing for you, or record it on your phone or whatever. And I'm gonna, whoever wins that competition gets a free mask. Gets one of these. Gets the ultimate, the ultra, not ultimate, ultra. I called it the ultra. Everybody's using ultimate. I'm not using ultimate. I'm using ultra. The ultra flashback, the ultra FB78, and it is the very last version of the flashback that I'm doing. Very last one, guys. So whoever has the FB V2, or even if you have the V1, and Bo, since you've been so patient and you're the last guy to get a mask, I'm gonna put this in production, and I'm gonna send you one of these instead of those, instead of sending you the first version. I didn't expect that mask to stay on eBay for the 4th listing. Yesterday was Sunday, yeah. It was relisted last night at 7 p.m. for the 4th time. I'm like, Jesus, I guess it isn't going to sell. So I may take it down altogether. You know, I may just take it down until August. Gotta wait for August, I think. I'm not lowering the price. That I won't do. I did lower it already. I did lower it once, but I'm not going any further than that. What I have it set at now, I won't go any lower than that. Oh, God. All right, so this is a very close to finished Ultra FB78. And this guy's on eBay right now if you guys are interested in buying it. We're placing a bid on it. You know, on the fair side, I haven't really been promoting it too much because I've been working so hard on this guy. So I haven't really been pushing my mask too much. And you know what happens is I know I can do better when I see that I want to change it and I want to make it look better. Now I'm to this point. I have it where I want it to be. My focus is going to be on this sculpture and selling this as a mask. Excuse me, I got the hiccups again. But I mean, I like it, but knowing those little things are wrong, the slant in the mouth not being right, you know, it looks like it's a little bit of a smile on it. Straight up, it's straight. It's not really smiling, but it's straight across, straight back. It's not good enough. Not good enough for me, man. You know, I'm looking for perfection. I really am trying to get it as close as possible. You know, the only way I could ever get it any closer than what it is right now is if I actually had the screen used mask in front of me. Well, the FB MASH is going to be turned into an H40. That's my next plan. No, there's no V3. There's no version 3. Nope. This is called the Ultra. There's not going to be a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6. We had version 1, version 2, and this is the Ultra. See on the back of the head? This is the Ultra. Ultra FB78, and this is the final one. This is the last, and it is definitely going to be the last one because I want to move on. So I'm going to turn this into an H40, age it, and make it look, you know, aged like the H40 mask. Since TOTS is no longer producing high quality H40 masks, you can't get a good copy of it with, you know, everything's all washed out. Horror Dude 86, what's up? Yes, you ready to look at it? Horror Dude, you want to see this ultra amazing FB78? Here we go, buddy. Let him hear it, guys. this is the Ultra FP70. Now, it's still a little bit to do. I got to put a little more definition in this cheek. I got to put the forehead lines in yet, which is no big deal. And a little more smoothing out. That's it. And we're going to silicone this for a master copy. Raphael, what's happening, buddy? Yeah, the profile is wicked accurate. Raphael, we have a almost perfectly finished. The only thing I have left to do is to put a little more definition on this cheek here. This one's done. A little more definition, a little bit deeper line right in here for this. And then I had to put the forehead lines in yet. And a little bit of smoothing. That is it. This is the finished product. I added a little more chin to the base of this because, as you can see, the profile doesn't look right. Or the depth, like I add a lot more. There's a lot more jaw. The neck is sunk back further. There's more definition in the jawline. Yeah, it's on, baby. Now, as you can see, if you see the eye cuts right here, right? The eye cuts are different. They're more accurate. I believe I made them more accurate. They're not, you see how it's a little bit more level here, and then it drops away. This here is a little bit more round. Same with this side. I actually put a little bit more clay on this side to slope this down further, but now I've got the profile perfect. It just looks so much better. Yeah, it's hard, dude. There's a lot. I did a lot to this. I didn't do a little bit. I actually added more of a scowl to it, and I also went more vertical right here. I went more vertical right here onto the nose. And why that matters is because now this nose doesn't look as long. This nose looks really long. It shortened this. It makes it look a little shorter because the scowl is now going down into the nose the way it should be. There's just a lot. I did a lot to it. There's more scowl to it. There's a little bit more heavier scowl. The forehead is not sloped back as far as anymore. It's bumped out just a touch more to create a better profile. Yeah, but it's on. Now you got to remember the reason why it looks like it's leaning back is because it is. Because the neckline is cut in such a way where this is the way it's supposed to be. This is the way it's normally. Hold on, let me do it this way. What am I doing? All right, I need something to go underneath of that to. What do I have? All right, so that's how it's supposed to be seated. That's how it'll look when it's sitting on your head. Yeah, this is how it'll look on your head. See how the neck is naturally slanted already? That's the way I have it cut. I have it cut that way. And that's why it looks like it's leaning back on the well, that even actually, the ears are more defined. There's a lot of things I changed in this sculpture. Raphael, yeah, man, you're gonna love this one. You're gonna really love this one. This is gonna be, whew. this Ultra. It's called the Ultra FB78, and it's the final FB that I'm going to do. This one here is unbelievable. It looks so good. Yeah, I made the eye cuts a little bit more accurate too. So that's it, guys. This is the finished, almost finished. It's not. It's not quite. It's the subtleties that have to be done to it now are so subtle that you know. But I have made a lot of changes to this. There's a lot of changes to bring this into where it is now. The chin is sunk back further on this too. I brought that chin way back, and I also brought the neckline way back. The neck's further back, which gives you more definition in the chin and the jaw. Um, much more accurate. Much more accurate. I'm trying to put both masks at the same pitch. Yeah, it's about right there. Same pitch. And you can see this chin sticks out just a little further. Well, let me see. The first thing I have to do is silicone this to have a master silicone so I can make multiple heads in clay. And then I can make multiple stone molds from the clay masters. Um, the plan is to do the silicone sometime this week. Now that I'm off, I'm home 7 days a week outside of doing a lot of doctor's visits because I'm getting that surgery done to my stomach. But I'm a little ways off from that getting done. But I want to get this thing in production for August. Yeah, I think this is this is really close to the screen used mask. I don't know that there's another one out there that's as close. I don't know. You guys tell me. Have you seen anything out there as close to that screen used mask as this? Oh yeah, I made some changes, baby. Brought the cheek lines out a little bit further. Lowered sunk the chin back further. Sunk the neckline way back. I added depth to that. I added a lot more depth underneath the jaw, all the way out and around, to give it more definition. Yeah, I can't wait till this is going to be a nice mask. This is going to really scare some kids, I'll tell you that. You know, I got a question because I mean, I don't know. I don't wear these masks. I don't get to do Michael Myers. I'm a fat guy, so although I might be skinny in a couple years, so I might be able to do Michael Myers. I'll have new hips, and God forbid if I actually had to hurt anybody. I'll break like glass. No, actually, I'll have new hips. I know I'll be skinny. Put me in a jumpsuit, and I'll daunt my flashback. And my plans going forward. I'm going to turn this into an H40 Then I'm going to turn that, the H40, into a kills mask. Then I'm going to turn the kills into an ends mask. But it's all going to be based off this sculpture, the flashback. It's not going to be based off of, like, I'm not going to copy the H40 mask. I want it to look like this and keep this foundation as the actual mask. This way, you know, I can make the eye cuts a little jagged and stuff and put all the cuts and creases in there. But I think the H40, I don't want to replicate the TOTS mask, because you can get a TOTS mask, but you know they're getting very hard to find good copies of that TOTS mask. And I hear a lot of complaints that the mask is way too small. I have one. I couldn't fit in it. It was too small. It was only a 23. My mask was 23 and a half inches. It was way too small. When I put it on, the features were all blown out. Looked awful on me. So it was display only. And even the latex went bad on that. So the TOTS mask, I'm sorry, I don't even think you can get a good copy of the H40 anymore. At least I haven't been able to find any, and I've been looking for 2 years now. 2 years for a good copy of the H40. Can't find one. Every one that I found in the store, I go to Spirit of Halloween, and we have the flagship store of Spirit of Halloween in Pleasantville, New Jersey. And for 2 years now, I've gone in there and looked for a good copy of that mask, and they're all garbage. I'm afraid to order from Trick or Treat Studios because I'm afraid I'm going to get sent the same garbage. And I'm not spending $70 for a mask I wouldn't pay $5 for. That's how bad the mask looked. And the sad thing is, last year when I went into Spirit of Halloween, all of them looked bad. Not just the H40, but the H40, the kills, and the ends mask looked bad. They looked really bad. I don't even think the kills was there. The kills wasn't there. The ends was there. But the ends looked like shit. Yes, it did. Mine did. I ordered my TOTS mask before it was released. Did you mean to say no Spirit of Halloween for you this year? No, I'm going to go to Spirit of Halloween. I mean, I get other stuff from them. I think, you know, I love going. I love Halloween time. Yeah, I figured that out. Bo, I figured you out. Yeah, so yeah, no, I like Spirit of Halloween, but I'm a little annoyed with Tots, uh, Trick or Treat Studios, one and the same. Uh, the quality of the masks completely have dropped off tremendously when it comes to Michael Myers. All of them. The 78, none of them looked good. The paint jobs looked horrible. The details in the mask were completely washed out on the ends and the 2018. They didn't have a kills there last year. They only had the ends and the 2018, and they looked bad. The 2018 was unrecognizable. It was all like the neck was all folded in on itself. It was all deformed and no details, all washed out. You know, you could have painted it white and it would have looked like this. That's how washed out it was. And there was no cracks, no nothing. You would have to paint the cracks into the mask. Raphael, yeah, I when I bought um, the first copy of the 2018, I ordered it prior to its release. So I ordered it like 6 months before they were released this mask. And I can't remember where I saw it. It was on Facebook or something. They were advertising that they were going to sell, that Tots was going to sell this mask. And you can pre-order it now. So I did. I pre-ordered it, especially it was only like $60. I was like, hell yeah. Looked like shit, the paint job on what they were showing, but they were advertising it was coming from the actual screen used mold. Um, I don't know how true that really was, but it looked good. Say what, Bo? Your flagship Spirit isn't doing a grand opening this year. Is there any truth to that? I haven't paid any attention to Spirit of Halloween. Are they not opening? Is that what you're saying? I find that hard to believe. Now, in the beginning, when that mask first came out, the H40 and the ends and the kills, I have a good ends mask. Let me show you that real quick. I have it right back here. I'm gonna put this guy away, and then I have a really good detailed ends mask. Amazing, lots of detail. But now, this past year, when I went to get this mask looked like shit. The details are all there, man. I mean, all the little cracks and crank really looks good. Even the paint job isn't bad, and the latex is still good. This is 2 years old. I got this 2 years ago when it first came out. I got it when it first came out, when they first released the ends version of this sculpture. You know, there's a lot of good cracks in this. It's perfect. It's really in good shape. They don't look like this anymore. They looked all washed out. They looked all washed out. It's not having a ceremony. I don't know if that's makes a difference. Um, they have so many of these Spirit of Halloween stores, and what they do, they're like little hit and miss. What they do is there's a lot of stores. There's one that opens up down here, and I'm 30 miles away, 35 miles away from the flagship store, right? They have one that opens up down here in Cape May County, which is 35 miles away from the flagship. And each store is just a little bit smaller, has a little bit less in it. The flagship carries everything that Spirit sells, you know. Now, the grand opening doesn't really matter, you know. I mean, I think they took a big hit. Spirit of Halloween did Spirit of Christmas this last December, and I think they took a bath with that. They spent a lot of money on product. And I don't think they sold a lot, because when I went in there, I bought a really cool Christmas sweater, Michael Myers Christmas sweater. That sweater cost me $70. All right, and everything in there was so expensive, but I needed a good Christmas sweater for my job, and I thought, man, I saw that Michael Myers sweater, and I'll show it to you guys one of these days. Actually, I think I have it on my YouTube channel. I did a little short clip. Anyway, and I have it on with the mask. I actually have the version 1 mask on I was wearing of the flashback, and I put that mask on, and I had a candy cane for a knife. Anyway, it was goofy, but I put that on, and I needed that I needed some, but bottom line is, I think they overspent. I think what they did was they did that Christmas release, and they only did it in the not in the flagship store. It was one of the stores above that. They had the Spirit of Christmas, and it was all spooky. They had some spooky Christmas stuff, and then they had some regular Christmas stuff. But everything was so expensive, just way over the top. What's up, Thorburn? Yo, he's back. So yeah, Christmas, Spirit of Halloween was definitely. And you know what I noticed with this mask? Look how the eyes are slanted more. See the slant? You know what I mean? That I will probably do. I don't know. Should I? I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. Should I slant the eye cuts more? Um, because I want to take this and age it to look like that. Only I'm not changing this base sculpture. I'm going to use this sculpture and just put all the cracks and little crannies in the melted face and the cut in the forehead, and I want to do all those details to this sculpture. But first I'm going to do an H. Yo, Takeoff Vision, what's happening, buddy? You were the next guy to get a mask, right? You were the next guy to get a mask, if I remember correctly. Remember correctly, it was Takeoff Vision that got the. So my flashback mask has been relisted for the 4th time. It's not selling. Nothing is selling, and I'm seeing nag masks. They're not selling. Hopefully in August it all picks up again. Yeah, Felix. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Now, see, that's what I always get that Takeoff Vision. Felix. Oh. Phyllis, you're supposed to get another. You already got your mask. Wait a minute. Did you get your mask or didn't you get your mask, Felix? Didn't I just send you the mask? Man, I'm so. Okay, so all right, so Bo Norton, and since you guys have been patient, I'm going to get you guys one of these. This is not going to make a difference whether I use the latex on the old. What would you rather have? The V2 or the Ultra? It's up to you. Raphael. Well, yeah, Michael Myers is creepy. Raphael, you've been doing them for years. I see that, and like I said, what I'm doing, Raphael, is whoever gets the most scares and the funniest scares. It's all about how funny they can be, because I want to put those videos on my website of people, scaring people with my mask. And there's going to be one winner. Whoever wins the best. Uh, okay, Ultra it is. Takeoff Vision and Bo Norton get an Ultra, because these guys, Raphael, not to be, but these guys have been following me for 4 years. Takeoff Vision, Bo Norton, and a couple other guys, Thorburn. They've been following me for 4 years with my channel and really helping me promote it and help me out, sculpting and everything. Because I'm still a rookie by all means. I've only been doing it for 4 years. So I promised them all a mask, Oh, I won't take off Vision. I still have. I still got to put a little bit more definition in this cheek too. Wrinkles across they're smoothing out a little bit better, and then we're ready for silicone molding. I'm definitely siliconing this first, because once this is done, I'm going to age this into the 2018. Since the 2018 mask is no longer something that you can get of high quality from Tots. Tots masks now suck. So my key is I'm going to make this and age this into a 2018 and then the ends. What's up? I'm live.
Hey.
Say hello to YouTube world.
You boob, what's happening? What, you sculpting?
Yeah, well, I'm done now. I've pretty much, I've got him done. He looks good, man.
I think he does. He looks like Michael. Yeah.
Thorburn, yeah, I know you have. Yep, Thorburn, you've been with me longer. Yeah, because you started, I was doing overhauls of the tots when I first started the YouTube channel. I have to look back. I have to look at the channel, how long it's been. If you go all the way to the very first videos of me doing overhauls of the tots, 2018, the 2018 or the H40 mask, that's when I started the channel. You can see it. Look on the videos, not the lives. Look on my videos and go all the way back to the beginning, and you'll see the ones that were the overhauls. That's when I started my channel. Yes, and nobody was doing overhauls. I remember that. Nobody was doing overhauls at that time with the 2018. Nobody was even doing it. I think I might have been one of the first guys that started doing the overhauls to repaint them, and not to say that mine was all that great. It was okay, but far cry better than what you got in the mail. That's for sure. Yeah, you have to look back at the videos. I can't look it up I can't do it right now because I'm using this to talk to you guys. The Night Creeper, it has to be done again. I have to fix it. I have to fix the eye cuts. I need to make the eye cuts like this, slanted back, properly defined. They have to be cut in the right shape. There's a lot of things I have to do to that. There's not too much. No, I don't have to do anything to the lips. Maybe a little work on the chin, underneath the chin, but I don't. I have to definitely do the eye cuts. They're wrong. They're just really not that good. So, and I've showed that. If you see the profile of the Night Creeper, it doesn't look good. Yeah, that's why I'm doing Thorburn. That's exactly why I am going to age this and start selling this as a 2018. But I'm going to put the cracks and everything where they're supposed to be on this sculpture. I don't plan on trying to sculpt the 2018, the H40. I'm not going to try and replicate the H40. What I want to do is take this flashback and age it to make it look like this was the original first mask, like it is in the movie. It represents the 78 mask. And why change it to make it look like the 2018 when what they tried to do was make this, there's a video or pictures where they actually tried to age a 2018 mask into a flashback mask by smoothing it out, and it didn't look good. It didn't look that good. So why not see what this looks like as is and kind of reverse the role, only age this to make it look like the 2018 or the H40. I just think it would be a home run. Yeah, that's Thorburn. That's exactly why I don't even waste my time trying to see. We have the flagships. we have the flagship store of the not trick or treat, Spirit of Halloween. And for 2 years, I haven't been able to get a hold of a good copy of the 2018 mask. And last year, I couldn't even get this mask, the ends mask. The ends mask looked like crap too. It was really bad. I was like, oh my God, that looks terrible. So I gave up on trying to get a Tots mask that was worth a damn. Say what? Honestly, the new sculpt is getting close to be a clean Myers mask from the Rob Zombie films. No, Rob Zombie has nothing, not even close to this. Yeah, it's Pipe Master. We had that conversation. You're a plumber by trade, but I at first I thought that's why you had the Pipe Master title as well. But me and Pipe Master actually have a lot in common. He lifeguarded, I lifeguarded. I did some surfing, but not. I wasn't great at it. Plus, the waves here suck. They suck. I mean, I did it a little bit. I did a lot of skateboarding in the '70s when skateboarding was big. I don't even know how big that is anymore. That was my thing. I did a lot more skateboarding. I enjoyed skateboarding more than surfing because the waves sucked around here. Never liked the waves. You get 8-foot waves here, man. You're rocking the planet. You get 8-foot waves. There's a bad storm off the coast, and you're in some treacherous water at that point, because if there's a bad storm off there, you get rip currents that are so bad. Yeah, me and Pipe Master have a lot in common, but different. Uh, he's much younger than me, so time periods are way different. I'm trying to remember what year it was I was actually lifeguarding. I think it was like 82, might have been 81. I think I was 20. No, I was 18. I was 18, so that was, no, 1982 I turned 20, so 1980, 79, 80 is when I lifeguarded. Yep. And I didn't enjoy that too much. Everybody makes a big deal. I didn't really like it too much. I just did it, and then I got into scuba diving. But surfing, I laugh at here because there are no pipes in surfing to master, so to speak. You have 4-foot waves on the average, 5-foot maybe. You know, I mean, it still takes a lot of skill to surf on a board. Trust me, and it's harder. It's harder to surf on a small wave than it is on a bigger wave. More dangerous on a bigger wave, but it's harder to surf on a smaller wave because the momentum's not there. You know, you don't have the speed of a big wave. But there's just no. I mean, I got on that. Once I got good at surfing, I was like, I got bored fast. You know, and back in the day when I was young, I mean, I was a hustler. I was always a hustler. So I didn't travel a lot because I was always working. So, but I would have given anything at that point to like go to Hawaii and try one of the big waves, real waves. Well, I appreciate that takeoff vision, Felix. Um, I hope it does. I hope it does beat everybody's mask. That'd be great. Um, but I'm not saying that negatively. I'm just not. Because this is very hard to do. I still got to fix this. This side just looks a little bit too much over. A little bit too. I don't know. Something odd about it. Yeah, it looks okay on film. Looks centered. I'm just looking at the tip of the nose to the center of the here to here. Everything has to be centered. Yeah, I actually have the. I cheated a little bit, guys. See this? These are. I blew up the picture. Where's it at? I blew up this picture to the exact same size as my sculpture. And then I cut the lips out of it. And if I put those lips on there and stick them, there you go. They're 1-to-1, baby. One to one. Now the reason why, now if I turn this on the side, in other words, if I wrap this around, see how short they come? See how short it gets? See how small the lips get? Hold on, I'm trying to hold my hand so you can see what I'm doing. They come in short. No, not even close. But you're not seeing the picture in 3 dimension. You're seeing the picture in 2 dimensions, straight on. And they match the exact distance on both sides in a 2-dimensional form. And that's how I figured out the secret on how to make the eye cuts the way they did. I put everything in straight across and didn't wrap it around. The minute you try to wrap it around, it changes the way it looks. So you have to literally present it as a 2-dimensional picture and then put it on there and then try to match that eye cut. But always remember that slant's got to go back. Same with the mouth. Even though the picture's lined up perfect, if I tuck them in, they're real short. See that? It's not the way it works. Like I said, this is the difference between 2-dimension and 3-dimensional looking. Oh yeah, the nose is on the money, man. The nose is definitely on the money. Everything's on the money. It's really, really, really so close to the screen used mask. The eye cuts. Do I have any of the damn pieces sitting here? Yeah, I do. I have them right here. Now, if I can remember. That's that one. Okay. Now I'm trying to hold it there. I messed up this paper. But when you're looking at it straight on, it matches the outer edge of that cut. All right. But once again, if I try to wrap that around, it won't reach. Like I said, 2 dimensions versus 3 dimensions. You're seeing these pictures of this mask in 2 dimensions, and then you're trying to replicate that two-dimensional into a three-dimensional, and it's not easy. Yeah, it's it's accurate. I think it's very accurate. It's so close. I'd hate to see the difference. I'd hate to. Very. It's. I gotta say, man. I've even surprised myself. You know, the one thing you have to be is. I mean, I love it. I do love doing this. That's why I jumped right back on it right away when I thought. Oh man, I can do better. Every time I finish this, I say to myself, you know, I can change that and make it look a little bit better. Like Raphael, he pointed out, like the mouth, it wasn't sloped back enough. It was more like this sculpture. It doesn't sink back far enough. It was straight across, and it had this little bit of a frown, like a, you know, like a. Yeah, actually, that does sink back. Yeah, see that Pipe Master was jumping all over me about the roundness, and I could not figure out what the hell he was talking about. And what it was, once I realized what he was talking about, and I saw it in it wasn't until I opened up the book that I have, and the book, the profile showed me the roundness of the actual shape of the head, the front of the head, this part right here. That had to be round like it is now. Now this is, like I said, this is leaning back, but this shape here has to be round, and that's how the screen used mask is. It's more round. Yeah, what I mean, you guys tell me what they all saw the unboxing. What do you guys think of Thorburns unboxing? I dug it. It's in my website. Take off Vision, Felix. Have a good night, buddy. I know you're in Germany, right? Take off Vision. Are you in Germany? Remember, Felix, you're in Germany. You're in Germany. The other guy wasn't in Germany. I'm trying to remember. Um, so yeah, Germany. Yes. All right. We got to get together once this thing's in production. Yeah, everybody. You know, I put everybody's unboxing on my website, and I'm gonna upload them to YouTube too. But I don't like taking away. What I'm going to do is advertise your channel. Uh, yeah, I liked everybody's unboxing. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was awesome, and I like the. Wait, what'd you do? Now you would have polished me off, and I would have lost my shit if you had spit when you did that. Actually, you did this. You did this. Thorburn. That was too funny, man. I'd have lost my shit though if you'd have spit. Oh, if you know what I meant. You know what I mean by that. Yeah, that was kind of funny. Don't quit your day job when it comes to singing, though. All right, buddy. It was too funny. It was funny. Yeah, I'm probably going to check out everybody's video again tonight. I was trying to get into pitch. I think you missed it by a couple octaves. Actually, just a couple notes. Anyway, I don't even know what you were trying to sing. Well, I don't believe in capitalizing on somebody else's videos. That's something I wouldn't do. That's why I didn't put them on YouTube, but I should put them on YouTube for you guys, and then turn them on to the people that did the unboxing, and then say, hey, go check out this guy's, YouTube channel, and advertise you guys. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually do that and this way you guys have your advertisement on your YouTube. Like Raphael, you have a nice channel, man. A lot of nice work. Love your channel. You guys want to check him out. Check out Raphael Publito. Rob, did I say that wrong? I said P. Okay, it was Roblito. Roblito, am I saying that correct? Raphael? Roblito? Jr. Raphael Roblito Jr. You got to go to his website. It's really cool. He's got a lot of great videos. Well, I don't think anybody does that. I don't see any of the other mask makers doing that. Bo Norton. I don't see Nick Mopagano doing that kind of stuff. Getting feedback from the people that are buying the mask. Roblito. Did I say your name correctly? Is that silent? It might be silent. Roblito. Is the B silent? It'd be pretty good. Just tell me if I said it wrong or if I'm right or wrong. Anyway, then we'll work on the. Yeah, isn't that great? Thorburn, his stuff's awesome. I really enjoy his channel. I like everybody's channel. I go watch everybody's stuff. Especially when I'm kind of just chilling and I'm watching TV and I'm not selling masks. And they're not selling off the channel, and got to do something with my time, so I check out everybody's videos. Some of you guys don't even put videos up. Some of you guys don't really have a channel. You have a channel just to, I don't know, there's no videos on them. I saw a couple of channels. People have the channels, but there's no context on it, no stuff on it. Yeah, I try to advertise everybody's, channel, especially you guys are with me. You're on here, and you guys are all talking to each other. All of us on here have channels. Support each other. You should all support each other. We should all support each other. I'm subscribed to everybody on here, I believe. If I'm not, let me know. Give me hell. But I think I'm subscribed to everybody. Pipe Master, you don't have a YouTube channel, I don't think. Do you? I don't think you do. Bo Norton, you definitely have a channel. I've been on your channel. Take Off Vision, I've been on your channel. Thorburn, I've been on your channel. And definitely Raphael, I've been on his channel multiple times. Just got a lot of cool stuff on there, man. I love all that miniatures with dolls. I don't want to say dolls, that's not the right way to say it. Action figures. And that Joker you painted, man, was sick. Guys, you guys check that out. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. Check out Raphael's the Joker that he paints on there. Oh my God, sick. That was awesome. Okay, Robledo. Am I wrong? Robledo? Robledo is am I saying that right now? Robledo? Dead Robledo. Shorty, Robledo. Okay, it's Robledo. Raphael Robledo. Raphael Robledo Jr. Robledo, shorty, not longy. I got it. I got my real name, Hickman. Excuse me. Hickman, Hickman. Simple to figure that one out. Names can be tough. Trying to get into pitch. I'm going to watch that video again tonight where he was trying to sing. That was kind of funny. So, okay, guys. I wanted to reveal this magnificent piece of art here. And I think we are really, really very close to the finish line. I got a little bit more work to do to this, and then I'm going to actually put silicone on it. And then, looks okay, no, that's okay. It looked a little weird, just in the shadow. I was looking up underneath it here. But it was okay, it was just a shadow. Nice and smooth. Raphael Robledo Jr. Got it now, man. Won't forget it. So Raphael, you have the very first copy that was sold on eBay. And the one that's been on there now for the 4th week is number 2. And can't get rid of it. I just think it's not quite yet. People aren't quite ready yet. Hopefully August things start selling. I'm hoping, because I'm not going to drop the price. I know that this thing's worth it. I know it's worth it, especially this version. This Ultra is going to be definitely the one to grab. And I think if that doesn't sell, then I'm just going to have to wait till next year. I just think people are hurting. It's got to be the answer. I mean, I don't know what else it could be. Can't really lower the price. And we're independent mask makers. There's a lot of expense in doing this, and it takes a long time to recuperate the money that you put out for everything, between the latex, the silicones, the stone, the tools, everything that I have shelled out over the past 4 years. It's going to take me quite a few sales to get all that money back. Bo Norton, Custom Corpses. You have one of the best looking Myers masks on eBay. Well, I mean, I think this next one's going to even be better than that, and that's a good thing, So I just have to get it out there, and then see what happens. And I have to get. I want to send one off to yours. Come on, man! I can't believe it. James Carter. That's the name I couldn't think of earlier. I'm going to send one of my flashbacks to James Carter. This one here. Now that I've got this thing nailed, I'm going to have James Carter paint one for him to keep, and paint one for me. And I'm going to use it for reference for myself and keep for my own collection. And I'll give you guys the option, if you want it to be painted by James Carter, because I have been in communications with James Carter about my sculptures, and I wanted to get it a little closer. And I'm going to send this, when I have this completed, I'm going to send him pictures of this, and then I'm going to send it off to him, 2 blanks for him to paint, one for me to keep and one for him to keep. And I don't care if he sells it. He's liable to sell it and try to make a lot of money off of it, which would be fine. That has nothing to do with I don't have that kind of ego. If he wants to sell it to recuperate money, or trying to make some money, go for it. But I want one of his paint jobs. I think he is probably the best painter of the Michael Myers masks out there. I mean, there's one other guy too. Pipe Master knows who he is. I'm trying to remember his name. I can't remember his name, but he's another guy that I think is probably the best overhauler. But James Carter, I think, is the best Michael Myers painter out there. His original versions are sick, absolutely sick. I'm not saying everybody's bad versus him. I just think that everybody is just a little bit under his wing. James Carter is the best. So I want to send my Ultra FB78 to James Carter to get him to paint one of them for me to keep. And I'll probably use it for reference. In paint scheme. See, I'm debating on whether I want him to paint it like the original mask, or should I have him paint it like it's supposed to be in the screen used actual flashback mask. I don't know. I might give him the freedom to choose. When he looks at the sculpture and then decides, what would look best, and let him do his thing. James, James Carter, Carter. Look him up on YouTube. He's one of the most renowned. He doesn't make masks. He paints masks. He does a lot of nag stuff, but he'll overhaul anybody's mask. And Raphael, I would love it if you sent your mask to James Carter to have him paint it. My paint job's okay, but believe me, his paint job is just way over the top, better than mine. And I would love to see your mask painted by James Carter. That would be insane. The one you have right now, Raphael. That would be insane. But he's a little pricey. I can't say his price because I don't do that. That's not, But there's nobody better. There's some people that are close, but not as good as him. Yeah, James Carter. JamesCarter. James Carter. You know, tell him DJ Styles at Custom Corpses sent you. If you decide to go and get your, and he'll do the hair and everything. He'll change the hair for you and everything. You know, although I think my hair is pretty good. It just needs to be styled. Ask him to paint it, but only restyle the hair, because I think the hair that I have on my mask is really good, and very close to the screen accurate hair that's on the actual screen used mask. The fiber thickness is right on my hair. I know what hair that some of the mask makers use for the original 78 mask, and it's not the same hair that's on the flashback. The 78 mask is not the same hair that's on the flashback. So trust me, I wouldn't change the hair if you know, maybe he redoes the hair line or something, but he'll pull that hair up off the line and then redo it. But I wouldn't change that hair, because I don't know that he has that hair. He may not have the same hair as my stuff. But I can tell you right now, his paint job's off the chart. I'll have to share with James Carter what hair I use, so he can be more accurate with the hair on the flashback. Oh man. Well, guys, I am going to say goodnight. I think we've achieved a pretty nice sculpture here. I think this thing looks really, really good. Would you agree? Thumbs up. Hey, share the content. If you're not a subscriber, make sure to subscribe, and let everybody know what I'm doing here, and maybe we can help promote my mask and get it selling by August. That's the goal. I want to get this thing in production by August, and that's only a few weeks away. So probably mid-August. Hate to say it, but it's probably gonna be mid-August before this thing's ready to go. Meanwhile, I'll still make my V2. That'll be still for sale. I'm still gonna sell that. The version 1 I don't like. I don't plan on selling that anymore. That has to be specifically asked for to get a version 1 from me. All right, thank you, Raphael. Yes, everybody, please help me promote and try to get this thing, sold. And I also want to make sure that Bo Norton, you get your mask, and Felix, he already left. I know he's in Germany. He had to go to bed. But I'm going to get Felix a mask, and Bo Norton. You're the only two left that get a mask free. And I'm going to get you this mask. Why mess with the other one? I'm going to get you the Ultra Flashback. All right, guys, good night. And ooh, there's a zoom in. Some detail for you. Yeah, Carolina Kiwi. Yes, I'm very familiar with him. He's a nice guy, really nice guy, and I love his work, man. He's amazing. And I've had chats with him on. I was having problems with molds, and he you know, he basically, you know, shared with me some secrets, but I still had problems. So it had nothing to do with, it's just I sucked at the two-piece molds. They were really tough. Two-piece molds suck. That's why I came up with this idea. I don't think anybody's doing this, making the hollow heads and then putting one-piece molds over the hollow heads. All right, Thorburn, have a good night, buddy. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I'm going to say good night. And thanks for tuning in and watching my videos. And but good night, everybody. Peace. See ya.